If y'all keeping up, we're still in PA, right? This next load that we're about to go get is going to Massachusetts. All right, y'all, so we are connected to our load. I'm about to do my loading call right now, and we're gonna head to the fuel stop. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Y'all, I felt real bad this week. My goal was to give y'all, to try to give y'all 3 videos a week, and I only gave y'all a video Sunday. And my week, I had a crazy week. So if y'all been following along, y'all know that my truck, like the past 2 weeks, I was having issues with my truck. So I had a lot of downtime or whatever, but this past week, I can honestly say it made up for it. I ran a lot this week, so it was kind of hard for me to maintain trying to do content and get these loads where they needed to be and on time. So it's an excuse. I could have did it, but I'm gonna just say I had like 2 mornings where I was up at 4 a.m. I was just kind of all over the place last week. So I think we left off, I was picking up a load to take to Boston, Massachusetts. So that went to a Costco. I dropped that. Y'all, I do not like Boston. They have literally no truck stops. Luckily at the Costco, I was able to shut down there because they was closing. They closed super early. They allowed me to shut down there for the night. And then the next morning, by the time I got up, they had sent me another load to head out. So I'm going to just give y'all like a breakdown of my week. Basically, how it went was, after leaving Boston, Massachusetts, they sent me a load to go pick up in Connecticut. Took that load to Syracuse, New York. Picked up another load in Syracuse, New York. Took that load to PA. Dropped that and then went somewhere else in PA. Took that load to Maryland. After Maryland, went back to PA. Picked up a load at the Swift terminal in Jonestown. That load dropped like probably 30 minutes away from the terminal, also in PA. So after that, I picked up another load in PA, went to Michigan. After I dropped that load in Michigan, they had another load for me to pick up in New Boston, Michigan, which they have another Swift terminal there. And I picked that load up from the terminal, and that went back to PA. So y'all, I do not like, if you know about PA, you know about PA. PA is nothing but mountains, right? As y'all can see, I was in PA a lot, back and forth, and it was just so draining last week. But I did hit my miles for the week, so I'm not complaining. But it was a lot. So after that load that we dropped in from Michigan to PA, we got a load from PA to Mount Crawford, VA. After that, we got a load from Mount Crawford, VA to Suffolk, VA. All right, dropped there, then picked up another load in Suffolk, VA. And that's the load I'm currently on now, and I'm doing my 34. And this load is going all the way to Indiana. A really good load. Today is Sunday, my 34-hour reset on my clock doesn't start till in the morning, about 6 a.m. So that's when I head out on this load. So yeah, I'm currently shut down at the terminal in VA doing my reset, y'all. And I was like, I gotta give y'all a video today. Like I said, the week was crazy, but we resetting. I'm gonna get a lot of rest today. I'm gonna go do some grocery shopping. I think that'll be a whole nother video or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna just reset and get my mind right for this week. So as y'all can see by the title though, I wanted to do this video just in case, like I said before in one of my previous videos, I want to be as transparent with y'all as possible. And if anybody who's following me or watching me because they interested in becoming a truck driver, you know, this kind of a help show you like what you might have to get yourself into out here sometimes. If y'all have not been watching the previous videos, y'all do me a favor, please go back and watch them. Make sure y'all are all caught up. I want to thank y'all for all the love on my previous videos. I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers, y'all. I think just from me posting consistently these past 2 weeks, we have gained over 400 new subscribers. I feel like that is amazing. Starting this new journey on my channel and trying to be consistent to get, you know, the feedback and the love from y'all, it makes me proud and makes me want to keep doing it or whatever. But I need y'all to watch the videos. I need y'all to like. I need y'all to keep commenting, you know, so I'm in that algorithm so I can get back monetized on this channel. I didn't post for a while, so I am demonetized. So I'm trying to get my channel back monetized. But the title of the video, right, is Trucking Worth It. So I ask myself this a lot, right? Sometimes I'm out here and I'm like, ooh, when I have a bad week, I'm like, I could be at home working a regular job. So sometimes now, you know, I ask myself, like, is this worth it? Like being away from home, living this truck lifestyle, always here, always there. You know, it comes with a lot. Out here on this road, driving with anxiety every day. Like, it's just so much to come with trucking, right? So when I have a bad week, that's one of my questions. Like, is it really worth it? And to answer that, I always remember why I started. If you don't have a why when you come out here, you're not gonna last, right? So I say all that to say, even if you have a bad week, it's not gonna stay a bad week, if that makes sense. Like, for instance, I had a bad week last week because the truck was broke down, but this week was a good week, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's worth it if you know why you're doing it, what you're doing it for, what are your goals. If you can stick it out, it can be worth it. July made a year since I've been hired on with Swift. September would make a year since I have fully been out over the road by myself. I started out over the road with my trainer last August, and I was on the truck with him for like almost 4 weeks. Between September 1st, September the 3rd is when I got my first load to come out by myself. And since then, I have been going. For y'all who do know me, y'all know I travel a lot. Like, before I got into trucking, every few months I'm somewhere, a different country, different state. Like, traveling has always been a thing. Like, I love to travel, right? And now it kind of breaks my heart a little bit because I can't travel like I would like. But like I said, when I get in my moments where I'm like, darn, I can't do this right now, I remember why I started doing trucking. You know what I'm saying? So eventually I know it's gonna pay off. I know when I give y'all the amount of this check for when this truck was in the shop, a lot of y'all gonna be like, oh nah, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. But hear me out. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all, right? So when the truck was down and they had to put me in a hotel, right? It's the check that I got this past Friday. I grossed on this check $903.24, and y'all, I brung home $425.66. So I know a lot of y'all probably like, nah, it ain't no way I'm about to be out there away from home, can't be with my family, and only bringing home $425. But it goes back to what I just said, y'all. That was just one bad week. This one bad week doesn't determine how the next few weeks gonna be. I will say, like, for me, it works because I don't have kids. I don't have like major bills where, you know what I'm saying, I gotta kick out all this money every week. So it works. But I will say, like, if you get into trucking, you have to save your money. Like, when I first came out here last year, y'all, I did a lot of stuff that I really shouldn't have been doing, as far as like getting out the truck, going here, going there every now and then. If I would have got on this truck last year in September, when I came out by myself and locked in, I would be way more ahead than I am right now. But everything is a lesson learned. That's why, like, y'all might have done heard me say in my past videos, in my previous videos, like, oh, I'm locked in, I'm not spending money out to eat too much, I'm not, you know, like, all that stuff adds up. And I had to learn that once I hit my year, and I'm looking at how much I done made for the year, and I'm looking at how much of my savings, and I'm like, nah, something gotta give, you know. My main goal is to be out here, stack this money, so I can do other stuff with this. In order for me to do that, I have to lock in. I have to make sure I'm saving my money every week. One of my biggest things before I got on this truck is shopping. Y'all, I have a major shopping problem, right? And I can honestly say, with me being on this truck, it has, y'all, I only bought one pair of shoes this whole year. That is so not like me. I am the type of person where I'm getting a new pair of shoes every month. And my shoes are not $500 shoes, $200 shoes, $100 shoes. Like, lately my shoes been $700 and up. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds crazy to say, but that's just me. I'm a Libra. You know what I'm saying? Libras, we love treating ourselves. We love nice things. And if I want it, I have always been the type of person that I'm going to get it. Like, if I'm working and, you know, life is short. Like, I tell myself that all the time. Like, at any given second, your life you can be gone, like, out of here. So I always tell myself, like, it's okay, treat yourself, you know? But it has to make sense at the same time. And now I tell myself, like, what's the point of being on this truck shopping when I'm not even going nowhere? You know what I'm saying? So just being on this truck, it has been certain things has just been a lesson learned for me. And moving forward, like, I'm at a place now where I'm just taking trucking for what it is. It's no rush. Like, a lot of people be like, oh, you've been with Swift a year, go get you a better paying job, or go local, or, you know. I don't really care about being local, y'all, because I don't want the same route. Like, I like being able to, do I miss home? Yeah, of course. But I like being able to go here, see this, go here, see that. Like, I love that about trucking. So local right now really just isn't for me. But like I said, like, being out here over this road, you just got to take it for what it is. You're going to have a bad week, but does that not mean trucking isn't worth it? Nah, it don't, because the following week you can have a good week. The main thing is just making sure you get out here and save your money, so when you do have a bad week, you okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I have been learning. Like, in the past, like, if it got slow, I think I would say around January, when in the colder months, y'all, I learned how slow it gets. You might not get as many loads, right? That was something I had to, like, learn and be like, okay, you got to sit down, and when it's slow, you got to have money in your savings. So if you don't have a good week, you got your money in your savings to replace not having that good week. So like I said on my channel, I want to be transparent as possible with y'all, let y'all know, like, what's what, because, you know, I want to help the next person who's starting or thinking about becoming a truck driver or whatever. But so yeah, that's what it was, a $425 check, but we still good, we still smiling. You got to take the good with the bad out here, y'all. So how it works when your truck is in the shop, yeah, I did get $100 for each day I was broke down, but of course that's not what you're making on a load, right? So they still do give you something. So I think on this check I had like 2 loads, y'all. So that was another thing. The week before that, when I was having issues with my truck, they ended up giving me a really, really good load that replaced basically the week of me being down. Or the few days, I think it was like 3 days of me being down. That load replaced that. But this particular week, when I had to stay in the hotel, I got one good load, but that second load they gave me, it still wasn't kind of enough to make up for the week. It really just depends on, like, when you have a breakdown, it just depends on what load they give you to get back out rolling. So this particular week with this short check, I didn't really get a good load. So that's just what it is. They take out a lot of money for my benefits. So if y'all know about my accident I was in, right? I told myself when I got back out into like a career job or just being able to have benefits, insurance, I was going to make sure I got insurance, right? I don't care how much money they take out of my check, y'all. I'm going to make sure I have medical insurance, because that was a lesson learned. When I got in that car accident, I had no insurance. And even though it wasn't my fault, the type of injuries I sustained from the accident policy that man had, like my surgery and all of that, it was over his policy. So moving forward, I just always said, like, no matter what, I'm gonna make sure I have medical insurance. So I don't even be caring. Like, take whatever y'all gotta take. Short-term disability. Like, if I gotta be out of work, I want to make some type of money, basically. So I'm not gonna talk too much more. I just want to come up and give y'all this video. We're gonna get back to the content this week, so make sure y'all stay tuned. I appreciate y'all for watching. Drop a like on this video. Y'all leave me a comment, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.